Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Megumi Byrne, and I'm a marketing and sales rep in IALC in Japan. For some of you who might not be so familiar with IALC, please let me tell you that they are a non-profit organization that accredits and represents independent and quality language schools that teach the official language of their country. Currently, there are about 140 accredited schools in 20 countries, covering 10 languages. Today, we're presenting a German school in Münster called Kapito. We have Hans-Gert from the school to do the presentation for us. It'll be about 30 minutes long. But before that, let me quickly go through some points to note, so we all have a seamless webinar experience. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the Q&A box in your Zoom control panel, which you can find at the bottom of your screen. We'll have time for questions and answers at the end. We will also send you a recording of this session later so that you can review what's been talked about or shown. And in case the internet goes down, please try to rejoin a little later to see if we can connect again. I hope that's not going to happen. Now, I hope we can turn the time over to Hans-Gert. If you are ready to begin, sir.
I will. Okay. Good morning or good afternoon from Münster. My name is Hans-Gert Schomacher. I'm the managing director of Kapito. I would like, before I start my little presentation on Kapito, I would like to point out 2 points about Münster and Kapito. If you send students to Germany, Münster is not a well-known destination. So I would like, before I start my little presentation, Münster is a university city in the northwestern part of Germany between Cologne and Hamburg. We have 300,000 inhabitants and 60,000 students. So it's a typical European student destination like Oxford or Salamanca. Maybe you send students to other countries than Germany. So these mixture of the people in Münster, it makes Münster to a quite young city. It's a bicycle city. You have situations like a student in the morning goes by bicycle to his lesson, and the professor is in a cafe and point out, be in time. It's easygoing. It's a safe city. So check after my little presentation a little bit where Münster is and where Kapito is working. The second point I would like to point out before I start is Kapito. It's a one-center school. We are a middle-sized language school in Münster. So we have right now 120, 150 students, international students from all over the world, and it's always, or we promote Kapito with the little slogan, a school with a personal touch. So the size makes it possible for us to at least know each student by face, by name. It's an easygoing atmosphere here in school. It's owner managed, so it's 2 colleagues, myself and Anna, who owns the school and runs the school for 30 years, more than 30 years. And last thing, it's a quality school. We are a member of different associations. We were checked by inspectors. So quality, the size and the location of Kapito makes it quite an interesting, maybe hopefully an interesting school you could send students to. Now I would like to start my little presentation. About 10 minutes. I don't want to overload you with information. then I have 2 or 3 minutes, a little video impression on the city, so you could get an idea about how Münster looks. So I would like to go to my little presentation. I would talk shortly about Münster, the school, our social and cultural activities, the accommodation we offer, dates and prices for next year, and how we manage our collaboration with agencies. I don't know whether Megumi will put this information as well on direct customers. So again, I show you 2 pictures of Münster. I mentioned already, Münster is a university town in the northwestern Germany. It's an ideal place to attend a German course. People speak here without an accent. You can ride to class by bike, so it's a bike city. We have almost 500,000 of bikes in town. So it's quite interesting, and students like to get a bike and don't use a car or a bus for transportation. You can meet many people, or students could meet many people from Münster. So it's a quite young city. I mentioned this already. In a cafe or in a restaurant, it's quite easy to get into contact to people here from Münster. And we choose, I have to put it, just a second. We offer a wide range of cultural and leisure activities. I'll show you in a minute what kind of activities we have. And Münster, the location of Münster is quite perfect to do weekend excursion to Cologne, to Hamburg, to Berlin, or even to Amsterdam. A lot of our international students like to go to the Netherlands. It's 50 kilometers away from Münster, and Amsterdam is always a point of or a city of interest. So Münster, you have to do a little more promotion on the destination on Münster. If you got clients who wants to go to Berlin or to another big city in Germany, send them to Berlin. Münster is not a million city. We are a student destination, and with the advantages I pointed out. I would like to show you a little bit about our school. Experience, more than 30 years of experience, a middle-sized language school with 120, 150 students in average. And students could start every Monday. You see here on, could I point this out? No. On the welcome page of our student book, the person here in school, front office, accommodation. We have a learning support in the afternoon. We have quite a mixed team of teachers, a leisure program. So we like a lot of intention on direct contacts, on personal approach. So for example, we arranged the accommodation, and on Monday morning, Natalia and Andreas, the two colleagues in the accommodation office, are available for questions and more informations. We support especially students from Japan in visa issues. So a colleague makes appointments for extending the visa or getting the visa. Japanese students could come to Germany without a visa and have to take care about the visa issue here in Germany. You see the learning support. After class, we have here in school every afternoon 2 hours of learning support. So students could do their homework and other work here with the teacher in school. We call it learning support, homework support, and the colleagues are always available for a little chat on the floor. Therefore, we put as a slogan, school with a personal touch. Modern facilities, I'll show you in the end of my little presentation where our school building is located in Münster. It's in a kind of little skyscraper, modern office building. We have in this modern office building 3 floors, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th floor. And you see about 15 classrooms with, of course, with internet access and multimedia screen. And our students like this modern atmosphere in a bright classroom. We have the historical buildings right in front of the school building. So the historic city, I'll show you in a minute, is in front of the school building, and the school building itself, it's a modern office building. We offer a social and cultural activity program in addition to the classes. It's, I put here in the presentation an example. It's organized and accompanied by teamers, sometimes even teacher comes with. I didn't translate it yesterday, so you see here the German names of the activities. Yesterday they had billiard and kicker. Tomorrow they have a badminton event. On Thursday they go to Planetarium, that's a museum in Münster. On Friday you see there's a soccer and basketball sport event. So more or less, you see last Saturday we had an excursion to Bonn, and these activities are included in the price. So the student don't pay extra for these social program, with the exception of the weekend excursion. We ask to share 10 euros for the reservation of the public transportation. So main information, the leisure activities are included in the course price. Stadtführung, Herbstsend, Kürbisschnitzen. You see, it's quite a various things to do. People could do, or a student could do after class. Accommodation. You see in a minute, our course prices are middle priced. Kapito is not an expensive school, not a cheap school. To run a quality program, you have to have, I call it middle price, the course prices. The accommodation prices you see here on the screen are reasonable priced. It's selected private accommodation with families or in shared apartments together with one or more German flatmate. We offer these rooms with breakfast, with half board, or without meals. And as well, we offer apartments where we have a kitchen and a bathroom combined with a room. All rooms are single rooms. And if you check here on the right side of the screen, for example, a single room without meals, you have a price of 360 euros for 4 weeks. 360 euros for 4 weeks, which is, if you compare this with the prices in other cities, reasonable priced. The minimum age for a flat share is 18. If you have students under 18, they have to be accommodated in a homestay, normally in a family. So 18 plus would be the option to book a flat share, normally without meals. I point out the price. Prices. Next year we have, at least I put, not to confuse you, our 2 or 3 main course offers. Our standard course with a maximum of 12 students per class. As I mentioned already, students could start every Monday throughout the year, starting with the 9th of January. And you could send absolute beginners to these recommended starting date, 9th of January, 6th of February, 6th of March, 3rd of April, and so on. If you have students with some knowledge of German, students could start any Monday. And you see the price structure, the prices here for example, for a 4-week standard course, you have 760 euros. As I mentioned, it's middle priced. It's not cheap, it's not expensive, but you always, if you have price concerned clients, you have always see the combination of accommodation and course price. You put it as a package. I show you, we have with the accommodation an arranging an arranging fee of 80 euros. So you put the price for the accommodation, these arranging fee of 80 euros, and you put the cost price in a package. So you have these 3 prices. There is no extra cost for social program, for books, for certificate, for homework support, for services, for visa service. Everything is included in the course price. We don't like the idea of asking the students for fees for a book or fees for any kind of university placement advice. Everything, the complete school service is in the course price. So you have the cost price, the price for the accommodation, and these 80 euros arranging fee for the accommodation. You see here on the right side of my presentation of the sheet, the intensive course, which is 24 lessons per week. All classes have a maximum of 12 students. The average is between 7, 8, 9. Sometimes, if it's good for the school, we reach 12 students, 12 participants in a class. you see the difference, the different prices from a standard course to an intensive course. We have 910 euros for a 4-week intensive course. And the last course type I would like to point out is our university preparation. We start with these university preparation at least 4 times per year. And it's the basic module and the advanced module for absolute beginner who wants to come to a level C1 to be able to pass an entry exam for higher education, university education in Germany. This is one of our most popular program. So almost half of our students are interested in higher education. The classes work quite fast. So these 36 weeks, you see the total price of 36 weeks for this university program leads students to a test staff exam or a TELC C1 high school exam, which is the entry exam for higher education in Germany. Collaboration with an agency, you see we promised to reply every inquiry within a day. We have quite simple and clear booking process. Of course, for all agency bookings, we have an emergency number. We offer an airport transfer. And yeah, to point out a last argument, Kapito is a full service language school. So everything students ask for and agencies need to have as a partner, Kapito offers. So I would like to stop here, Megumi, in order to be able to answer questions or
Okay, thank you so much, Hans-Gert, for the presentation. Okay, now let's go ahead and take some time for questions. If you have any questions, please be sure to type them into the Q&A box in your Zoom control panel at the bottom of your screen. Do we have any questions, please? Let's give it some moment. But Hans-Gert, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so which accommodation option is more popular with the Japanese students, homestay or student residence?
I would say half to half. If students stay for a longer time and they see the price difference between the single room without meals and the single room with breakfast and half pension, they choose the accommodation without meals. I point out the price. If you have students who come to the language course for 4 weeks or a short period, they like to have the service or the option to have breakfast or half pension, which is the unique opportunity to communicate with your host. And and this is an option a lot of Japanese students like.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you very much. And I have another question, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Sorry, before that, we do have a question from our agent. Let me just read it to you. We sent inquiry email last year to info@kapito.com, but we did not receive a response. Which email address should we use for inquiry? Hans-Gert, can you please answer the question?
Yeah. As I mentioned, Kapito is not a big school. The best way would be to put your inquiries to office@kapito.com or to info, or put my first name in front, Hans-Gert @kapito.com. So no inquiry get lost. I promise.
Great. Maybe Hans-Gert, you can send your email address to the agent later. So to follow
Yeah, I
up.
could write it. It's office@kapito.com.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for sending in the question. And I have another question for you, Hans-Gert. Is the school open during the Christmas season?
No. No.
Okay. When's the last day?
Yeah. We stop the day before Christmas here in Germany. So 23rd of December would be the last day school is running. And we start again on the 9th of January. So we have a break of 2 weeks.
I see. So what happens to the student who is in homestay?
Yeah. The students could stay in their homestay, and school is open the first week in January, so they could use here the facilities. And the week here when Christmas is in Germany, we give advices to do excursion or to do some programs. We have 2 public holidays in this week. So it's normally the overseas students stay here and wouldn't get lost and bored.
Good, good. Thank you. Okay. Is there any other question, please? Okay, looks like that's it for the questions. Hans-Gert, is there anything else you wanted to cover before we wrap up?
Yeah, I prepared, as I mentioned in the beginning of my little presentation, that I would like to show a picture of Münster and 2 minutes of a little video if the participants are interested in. So keep your attention a little bit up, and Megumi, it's okay to show this picture and 2 minutes of our little video?
Yes, please. Please
Okay.
go ahead. Thank you.
You see here the center of Münster, and just to give you an idea about the size of the city and the location, I show you our school building is here. I hope you see my cursor. It's here at the eastern rim of the historic center. And I like this picture because you see the green promenade around the historic center. It's a bicycle autobahn. So the students in town use this promenade to get around, and Kapito with our building is quite between the station. You see here the station, the school building, and the historic center. It's close by. Münster is a quite Catholic city, so you see here in the middle the cathedral, the first cathedral, a second church here, and you see the historic building. The buildings of the salespeople are around the so-called cathedral area, and it's quite nice. I would like to show you 2 minutes of a little video. So if you have time to see what I picked out, I have to put my video.
Stadtwerke Münster und LVM Versicherung präsentieren Münster Above, eine Münster for Life und German Rotorcam Produktion.
So thank you, Hans-Gert, for being with us today. And many thanks to our valued agents for joining us today and also watching the recording. We appreciate you being here. And I hope your knowledge of Kapito has been expanded by this webinar. But if you have any additional questions, we encourage you to get in touch with us by email. We are more than happy to provide additional support. And thank you again, and we'll see you next time. Thank you, Hans-Gert, and thank you very much, everyone. Goodbye.
Thank you, Megumi.
Okay, bye.